welcome Sarah Pierce to the Cluttered Corner. Glad you're here.
I'm so honored to be here.
Well, it's a treat. And I know that your album is titled Barbed Wire,
Yes, ma'am.
and I know that comes from your ranching history. So you grew up on a cattle ranch.
Yes.
Where is it?
There were 5 ranches.
5?
So
Wow.
we traveled quite a bit. The one that's in Texas is out near Brady. We don't own that ranch anymore. It was the Brooks Brothers Ranch, and now I think it's the T-Bar Cross.
Okay, not the Brooks Brothers of clothing fame, I take
No.
it.
I wouldn't have even thought of that. Obviously, that's not my thing.
Well, I'm a fan of Corb Lund, so let me ask you a question. Is it always better with cows around?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And why is that?
They're wonderful. I can't express. I think we talked about one thing that's wonderful that no one knows is that cattle, you see them kind of standing out there and hanging out. Every once in a while you'll see this big, beautiful bull, just gorgeous. But the babies are like dogs. They play, they chase you. They're just a lot of fun. I love them.
So when you were a little girl, if they suddenly loaded up the cattle and the calves in the truck, did you have reservations?
I did not know about that.
Ah, smart
Yes.
parents.
Yeah, very much so. I wasn't aware of that. And luckily, most of ours were show bulls.
Oh, well,
and
that's great. So
not a lot of them disappeared. Because I
They
kept
hung
track of the
around.
babies. Unless they, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
I
that's
don't wanna
fine.
know.
No, you don't want to know. Well, I understand. I read something in your bio that absolutely fascinated me. You were in the choir, and in the 6th grade, they invited you out because you sang too low.
Yes, it was the
What?
5th grade.
5th,
And
okay.
my choir teacher's name was Randy Cunningham. I will never forget her name. She's whoops. But anyway, yeah, she said I sang like a boy, and they threw me out. And at that point, I loved to
Whatever
sing,
happened to
but
the altos?
well, that's how I remember it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Maybe I was a terrible singer. I don't know. But at that point, I just started. I'd sing around in the barn, and I'd hide. And then I didn't play guitar very well, but I played enough to get the song started. And I'd end up just in my room or again out in the barn, because the cows didn't seem to care.
No.
And yeah, I hid for a long time until my stepfather knocked on the door one day and was like, "You should come sing in the band." And I'm like, "Are you out of your mind?"
Cool.
But yeah.
So your
where it
stepfather had a
started.
band.
Yes, he was a bass player in a country band.
Oh, that's great. So you were around music as well as cows
Yes.
for a long time. Okay. Let's talk a little bit more about the personnel on Barbed Wire, because I think that's very interesting. You've got a variety of kinds of songs. You've got a lot of honesty and openness in lyrics.
Very much so.
You also have a steel guitarist. That's not the most common thing anymore.
Yeah, and it's too bad because steel guitar is great, though I'm very careful about it. Sometimes the overtones will make me sing out of tune, but so I have to be careful. But no, that was David Perlman, Desert Tide. Wonderful steel player, lap steel. Everything he does is wonderful. I also he designs and builds microphones, and he is doing fabulously now. And I sang on his microphone on this record, and I thought that the sound was absolutely great.
Well, isn't that great? Because that's so important that we capture what you're doing.
They're great microphones. David Perlman.
All
They're
right,
wonderful.
David Perlman. The Braun brothers are involved in this
Yes.
record. Willie sings on I'm Sorry, which is your current single.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, we've known Cody and Willie and Jay, but Cody and Willie since they were little kids in their dad's band. We ran across them in, well, I'm going to say Bryan Head, Utah, but I think it was a little bit lower down at a festival. And at that time, Willie was playing drums, and we were all kids. I mean, I'm a little older than them, but basically we were all kids. And Cody was playing fiddle, had their little cowboy hats on. And then suddenly we were in Austin and they were in Austin, but they were big kids. And they're good people. The thing I love the most is they're really nice people. They're genuinely good guys.
Well, you know, one of the things that has pleased me since we started the chart in 2000 is the majority of the people in this scene are good people. They help each other, they care about the fans, they care about each other. I know you did a benefit concert just recently. Corey's getting one, ready to do one for the Salvation Army in
great.
Austin, because there are 400 women and children waiting to get into a shelter in Austin. So, I mean, it's wonderful that people
incredible to me,
care.
and yes.
You know, the Braun brothers, they have the wonderful softball and help kids out. It just goes on and on and on, and it makes you feel real happy.
Well, you gotta do it.
Yeah, well, you don't gotta, but people feel a sense of responsibility here, I think, that isn't all that common.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. But we're gonna make it the norm. That's better.
That's a girl. Now, you mentioned drumming, and your husband is your drummer,
Absolutely.
and your producer.
And my producer.
I'd call this a family business.
It is, and it's worked for 25 years, and it's been
Great.
good. Yeah, when I met Merle, he was retired, and just fly fishing in the summer, and I don't know, camping in the winter. I don't know what he was doing. He retired.
Wow.
And I called him, and over a bunch of phone calls, we became us, and all of a sudden, yeah, he was drumming again. I always joke because he went from the Learjet to the Ford F-150.
So you're saying he wasn't completely into the Texas way of life before he met you?
Well, when we met, he was in Phoenix and I was in Denver. I had to remember where I was.
Oh.
And so, no, I left Texas as a kid, and then we moved back here in '94, I think.
Well, thank you so much. Now, if people want to find out where you're playing or what you're doing, how do they do that?
SarahPierce.com.
That's easy, and Pierce is P-I-E-R-C-E.
P-I-E-R-C-E.
Okay, well, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
It's a great pleasure.